Good morning. I am exploring a dog park here in Little Rock to let my beast monster stretch her legs and run around some. Not that she didn't get enough exercise yesterday, but she needs daily exercise. So I thought I'd let her run around. And it's a nice little smaller park. It's right by the freeway, but she's busy doing her business. I'll show you what it looks like. This is a dog park. One other human and one other dog here. So it's a pretty little park. And there she is scampering around, running to go say hi to the other dog. Talk to you later. So the dog and I are gonna go hiking. Supposedly this is a strenuous trail. So, but I feel like I'm in shape. It says 2-hour duration up to the top of the mountain. So here I go. It is an uphill hike. I can see why they say it's strenuous, because it is pretty uphill, but it's about to get worse. See, here's the marker, and I have to climb and climb over these rocks, and I continue all the way up towards the peak. So it doesn't look as steep in the video, but believe me, it is. And the dog loves scampering on these rocks. Well, I made it to the top of the mountain. To say that it was a workout is an understatement, but I have 360-degree views of the Arkansas River and the Ozarks. Back that way is the Washington Mountains. And you can see the river. Quite exhausting. The dog made it before I did. I had to let her off leash because she kept pulling me and she was going to knock me over. And then she just scampered up quite a few rocks. This is the exhausted face. There's two peaks to this mountain. One's a little bit higher than the other. This is the one that's not as high, but my God, take a look at this. The Ozarks, and behind me are the Washington Mountains. And that is the Arkansas River. So I'm going to take a break, take some water, give the dog a little bit of water, and then start climbing down, which I'm taking the easy route down, so it'll be easier on my knees. Bye. My dog is like, come on, follow me. She's looking around. She will run up ahead and then run back to check on me. When we're scampering up the rock, she was trying to lead me. And actually, she did a pretty good job, because rock climbing, I had to use all force. I let her off the leash. And then she would like go up different ways and then come back to me and then kind of like go up a few rocks, look back at me, like follow her after she experimented different ways. So she's pretty helpful, actually. But she's having fun wandering the woods. I'm having a blast, but look how beautiful. I climbed 1,011 feet. A lot of it was vertical on all fours, climbing over rocks and boulders. Coming down, I came on down on the other side of the mountain. Not as much. It's more like a staircase. There was one section with boulders, but not like on the way up. And now I'm walking around the mountain back too, because I went from the one side of the mountain to the other. So now I'm walking around the base. And I'm almost back. I got another mile to go. Wonderful. Catch you later. So I now have arrived to another city. And people may recognize this very famous row of buildings. Yes, I'm in Hot Springs National Park. And here with the dog, wandering. So after climbing over 1,000 feet and descending down 1,000 feet and then walking around the mountain, why not go for more walks? I already made my goal for walking first thing this morning and then just keep adding to it. So, but it's weird seeing so many people, especially after being away from civilization for so long. Anyway, that's me. And I'm gonna have fun. I don't have to spend one night or 2 nights here. So I'm letting the road just take me wherever. But it's weird to see so many people. I'm trying to maintain my distance, but I may be putting my face mask on in a moment. As you can tell, not everybody's masked. All right, talk to you later. Bye. I am strolling the Grand Promenade in Hot Springs National Park. It's a lovely walk and it's away from people. So I'm very glad to be away from people. It's weird when you haven't seen people for days or barely any people, then all of a sudden there's a crowd. It's like, ah! So the dog is meandering because there's obviously pet owners that have come here. So there's lots of dog smells everywhere. And she just found something that has got her attention. Isn't that right, Trinity? If you notice, I have a different leash on her. It's a shorter leash. I can control the dog a little bit better. Also, somewhere along the way, I misplaced her pink leash. But at 7 feet, it was always a little bit more difficult to control her. And this one being just a mere 4 feet, especially with the people around, I can really pull her. She's much closer to me. Anyway, off to my promenade on the Grand Promenade. See you later. Oh, I did book a hotel that I stayed in 4 years ago, and I love this motel, and they had a special last minute rate for tonight only on Expedia. So it's this cute vintage motel that they really redid wonderfully, and the beds were amazing. So great getting a last minute bargain. That's the risk when you travel where you haven't planned ahead of time, is that sometimes you get a great deal, but sometimes you don't. And I'm lucking out so far this trip. Yay! Bye! So I have arrived at this vintage motel, and so I'll give you a little tour of what the place looks like. It's tiny, but it's so cute. So there's a dog in the room already, and you come up to room number 5. This is the smallest room, but it's this tiny little, but amazingly appointed little boutique motel. Oh, and I got Trinity a new toy, a rainbow unicorn. But this motel has the most amazing beds, even though it's tiny. But the bathroom, curiously enough, is rather large. But I love the fact that when they remodeled the hotel, they did this vintage tile, but it's all brand new. Amazing floor. It's just a great little motel room, but I'm paying practically nothing for it. So I'm very happy. But what I'm especially happy is the bed, because what I remember from this motel, it had the most amazing bed I'd ever slept on, and it still has the same kind of bed. So I will get rest tonight. So after a much needed shower, I went ahead and decided to go out to eat, and I saw this place. I was walking down the street earlier with Trinity. It's called Los Diablos in Hot Springs, and they have outdoor patio seating, so I can feel comfortable eating here. And it's Mexican food, again. Like all I'm doing is Mexican food, but hey, I'm eating what's available, and sitting outdoors. And it's kind of a cool place, a little bit more upscale. And I've got the dog with me. She's underneath the table right now. But it's kind of a cool place. Let me turn it around so you can get an idea what it looks like. So there's Bathhouse Row, and then there's a wonderful little water feature, and then this used to be a Bank of America building way back when, because the last time I was in Hot Springs, I remember coming in here to use their ATM, but obviously it's no longer a Bank of America building, and it is now a restaurant. So, yeah, and I took a wonderful shower. Also took the dog out for a little walk. There's in the rear of the motel, there's this little garden area. I'll try to capture it later when I get back to the hotel. But, yeah, I just ordered 3 tacos, and then I'll let you know how it goes. They look delicious, so hopefully the food is good. So the food has arrived. It looks delish. And there's the dog smelling my tacos. I mentioned I would show you this little back courtyard area that is just cute as can be, so the dog can exercise a little bit and do her business. So let me just turn the camera around. So it's this lovely little pergola with lights and little tables and you could sit around with people and enjoy each other's company in this delicious little backyard. And you can see the other rooms, and that's the main house of the proprietor. But it's just a darling little motel with this cute little back area with these little lamps, and just adorable. I noticed that the rooms are much smaller than last time because they've actually divided them up they were big size rooms into 2 rooms. What was 1 room is now 2 rooms, so they're much smaller. But they're so well appointed, and oh my God, that mattress. When I lay down on it, it's like, I don't know where they get their mattresses, but it's phenomenal. So I guess I'm going to be turning in, calling it a night, and walk back to the room and edit quickly this video and try to upload it. It's not even 9 o'clock at night, and I'm ready to turn in because I had such a physically active day. And of course, I'm getting up pre-dawn hours, so my body clock's adjusted. I can only be here for tonight. I was thinking about being here for 2 nights, but because the hurricane in Mississippi and Alabama and Louisiana, a lot of people are traveling up north to Arkansas. So the hotel was telling me they're booked solid the next few days because people are avoiding the hurricane and they're coming inland. So I wasn't going to be able to stay here an extra night, and it looks like all the hotels in Hot Springs are pretty solidly booked. So anyhow, well, I'm going to turn in. Don't forget to wear your mask. Don't forget the census. Please like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell if you want to be notified every time I upload a video. And have a good evening. Bye.